She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, we're back here for another video. Now, the tea is piping with regards to Porsha Williams, honey, and we're going to jump into it. Now, I received some information that was in my inbox that, I just saw it, but I had a conversation with a lady who watches my channel. She is actually from Ghana. She has mutual friends that knows both Simon and Kelvin, okay? Now, Kelvin is the married man on the screen who Porsha is allegedly having an affair with. Now, keep in mind, this was the man that Simon mentioned in the divorce documents. Well, should I say? Yeah. So I don't remember if it was his response or what exact document it was. I don't recall, but if you guys actually go online, if you Google it, you'll see it. So, Simon had mentioned this guy on the screen, Kelvin. Okay, Kelvin is a married man. This is the same man that I had showed you all Tasha K's video. This is him. Now, I'm going to tell you why I have Dennis on the screen. So let's get into it. Now, I originally told y'all that, allegedly Porsha was messing with this married man. And I said that the man is still married. People, a lot of times they don't leave their wives. But I got some breaking news for y'all because I was just updated by a lady who is familiar with Kelvin because they have mutual friends. And what I was told is that Kelvin and his wife has now separated. Now, let me kind of walk it back for y'all because I originally said he wasn't leaving his wife, right? What I have been told is he did not leave her. She found out about him messing around with Porsha through the documents that Simon filed. If you guys go Google it, even if you go look online or whatever, Simon mentioned Kelvin. Simon mentioned Kelvin. Simon mentioned Dennis. Simon mentioned a few men. And just so y'all know, allegedly the streets of Atlanta said that she was messing with multiple men. So it's all making sense because the information that I received is that Kelvin and his wife is now separated and that he and Porsha is still messing around. His wife separated from him because she got wind of what was going on. So I don't think she knew. It was just, she found out because this was online. Now, let's get into why Dennis is on the screen. Dennis is on the screen because Porsha is allegedly messing around with Dennis too. But what I'm being told is she's telling these men that, she really can't commit to them or, anything like that because she's still going through a divorce, which is crazy considering she allegedly was cheating on him the whole time anyway. So I don't know, but, liars lie. So let me kind of get into what is going on with the house because this is the information that I did not know when I did my last video. Now, I originally told y'all, I said, Porsha cannot afford that house. Remember, she can't afford it. But this is some information that I missed, and the lady had to tell me this. And when she said this, I remembered, I said, you know what? I forgot about that. When because Simon bought that house, Porsha didn't buy it, okay? When Simon bought that house, and you actually can find this online, you can actually find this in his documents. Simon said he put, I want to say he said $4 million down on that house. So if Simon put down a $4 million down payment, and I believe the house was what about 7 million? So if he put down a $4 million payment, that will leave about 3 million. Which means she possibly can afford a $3 million payment, but a $7 million one, absolutely not. So here's the play. What I'm being told is that allegedly Porsha did have that man arrested, and they're saying that she most definitely has something to do with him getting locked up with ICE. And I'm going to tell you why, because I was like, why would she do that? This is why. Listen and follow me well. So Simon put down the $4 million, right? That will leave roughly $3 million, right? Okay, it's simple math. So what that would mean, if Simon got locked up and if he was deported, who would get the house? Because they're still legally married. What would happen to the house? Porsha is thinking that if Simon gets deported, then she gets the house. You see what I'm saying? So they're saying that she most definitely had something to do with it. Now, I don't know if the girl had something to do with it, but as they explained it to me, I said, you know what? This is starting to make sense, because I said, why would the woman have him deported? She knows she can't pay the mortgage. But what I forgot is that Simon actually put $4 million down, which would leave $3 million. Guess what she can do? She can refinance that baby in her name. 3 million is not significant. I mean, it's still a lot, but 3 million and 7 million, that's like double that's double, because 3 and 3 is 6, and then one more is 7. So what they're saying is that she most definitely had something to do with this man being obtained by ICE, arrested. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't have whatever issues he probably already had going on, but her plan was, okay, if I get him locked up, guess what? We're still married, so the house will go to me. But guess what I've been told? That she's going to have a fight on her hand, because Simon is not laying down like that, and he's going to fight even if he needs to use his children, because by it being his property, his children would have they would be the next, person in line to get his property. So Porsha is not understanding that even if Simon is deported, that his money is still longer and stronger than hers. Because him being deported would not, I mean, if he's deported, it just means he can't be here. He can still run his businesses. He can have his children, family member, and things of that nature. So I just wanted to make a correction, because when I did my last video, I was like, wait a minute. But what I failed to know, I forgot about that. He did put a significant amount of money down. Now, my source is also telling me that, Porsha is still messing with several men, including the two that you guys see on the screen. And also, what I'm being told, this is the part that I almost forgot, that Porsha and Simon we're going to have, what is that, IVF or ED? I don't know, whatever you do where you have a surrogate, that's what it's called. They're going to have a surrogate to have a baby for them. I was told that Porsha filed for divorce, not thinking that filing for divorce, she thought that she could continue with the baby, but somehow Simon went to court and stopped the process, because she thought that she could still move on with this surrogacy. So therefore she would have a child, and he would obviously have to pay her child support, and then she could probably use that as leverage to be able to stay in the house. But I'm being told that Simon actually went to court and stopped it. So she was actually trying to continue with a surrogate to have Simon's child, as even while they was going through a divorce. So I'm being told that Simon had the eggs destroyed, so they don't even exist anymore. So just want to give y'all this update based on the information that I have received. So our takeaways is, they're saying that Porsha plotted this the entire time. And he only, I don't know if Simon could have avoided this, because since he had that issue with ICE and all the stuff that was going back and forth with him originally, I don't think he could have avoided this. But I don't know who she was talking to, because we know Porsha has a bird brain, but somebody informed her that if he was locked up, obviously then she would, he's still married to her, then she could proceed and try to stay in the house. So the play that she's trying to take is, by him being married to her, if he's deported, she gets to keep the house. That's kind of what she's trying to do. So again, I'm being told that if it all comes down to that, where he is deported, that his family, his children is going to step in and they're going to fight to the bitter end. We know Porsha money is not long, it's extremely short when you are standing next to Simon. So this is going to be going on. We're going to see this going on. But Porsha Bird Brain Williams, she really think that Simon is a damn fool. That man been on this earth too long to be stupid. I mean, he's had multiple wives. He's managed to stay in the country despite, I guess, not even supposed to be here, but for some reason, she really thinks that she has him fooled. Now I'm looking over, y'all, because I'm looking at my my notes here. So we got Simon has been locked up for 3 months. Wait a minute, I'm just reading this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is what I wanted to jump on here and let y'all know. So they are prepared to fight. His family, his children, they are prepared to fight. They are prepared, honey. And like I said, Porsha's money is not long enough. If y'all recall, even when Simon was out, she was asking him to pay for her attorney fees. So I believe wholeheartedly that even if Simon is deported, that this is not going to end well for her. Because if you guys recall, Porsha requested that they enforce the prenuptial agreement. Now, in enforcing the prenuptial agreement, it never said that she could have the house. So the fact that she's using him being in ICE detention as a way to try to maneuver, girl, you are in danger, because I don't know who you think is going to let you steal their home and just let you live in it. You got to be a GD fool, goddamn fool, because who do you think you are? Like, girl, you are in so much danger that it doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know why you would want to even try to pull this. I'd be looking all behind, like, who do you think you're playing with? So this is not going to end well for her with regards to this situation. And Simon, he an OG, he's not stupid. He's intending to fight this. He's definitely intending to fight this. But yes, I've been told that she most definitely is messing around with Dennis. But we know Dennis don't give a D, because I felt like all he ever wanted to do was do with her. That's all. That's what most of the men want to do anyways with Porsha. Nobody, they don't really want her for longevity. I've also been told that she actually wants a relationship and she wants to, be married and be in a relationship, which is crazy because you were with Simon and you was off with Tom, Dick, and Harry. But I've also been told, and I already know this, that she never wanted Simon in the first place. She never wanted Simon in the first place, which is interestingly, that a woman who wants to be married, wants to have a baby, and wants to do all these things, but she continually interferes in another woman's household. As such, with this guy, Kelvin, he's married. Now, allegedly, she's messing with him. Then, if y'all recall, on this last episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was making statements saying that she was going to F Angela's husband. So I just feel like that Porsha will never have a successful relationship, because y'all know the saying, you reap what you sow. You cannot continue to interfere in someone else's relationship and feel like you're going to have a great relationship. It just don't work like that. So I just really feel that she's definitely going to get the bad end of this whole entire situation. I think the prenup is going to prevail, just as she asked. And I believe, again, again, if Simon does not get out, I believe his relatives, including his children, they will prevail with these assets because that's their dad, and they would be the heirs to anything that he owns, especially with regards to a property that they already had an agreement. Like, the agreement was never ever that she would keep the property. So it's just like, girl, is giving, like, what is that word where those people just move in the house and won't leave? Girl, like, get up out of this man's house. You are in danger. Porsha, honey, you in danger, girl. In danger.
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.